Alright guys, bit of a morning cuppa, and yeah, just woken up. Well, I've been up for about an hour, and yeah, I like doing these sort of like little personal chat things, even though it doesn't look like it's morning. It's still pitch black outside. Yeah. I don't need to explain how that works, because everyone experiences that it stays darker for longer in the morning and goes darker earlier in the evening. But yes, that's why lights on. I just felt compelled to do one of these sort of like little chat videos, and look like an absolute mess. Although my hair actually has some sort of style about it. It's not just flat and perfectly round like it usually is. So yeah, a few things just on my mind. One of those sort of like getting a bit personal, but you know my motto: if you've got something on your mind that's eating away, let it out there, so you know you can get it off your mind. But yeah, in fact, we won't talk about that until, because I'm going to talk about all this stuff coming up, and some potential computer issues. We'll get that stuff out of the way first. So first of all, 30th of November as I'm recording this, I'll probably be uploading it the same day. I hope everyone's had a great year so far, and hope everyone's looking forward to December. Yeah, currently in the middle of recording videos for my 2-wall advent calendar. I've got about 9 reviews ready, and you know they'll be up. They're like, few are uploaded. Need to get the rest uploaded and scheduled, and so hopefully I can keep on track with that. Really enjoying it so far. Some really great beers in that box. Of course, you might have already seen, yeah, the unboxing video. But yeah, the way I settled it was, I'm doing a beer review every day, but I'm not doing it like on the 1st of December opening door number 1. I'm doing it sort of like picking them at random, and then yeah, I'm not labelling the videos either. So it's just going to be a very 2-old Christmas Day 1, a very 2-old Christmas Day 2. So it keeps a little bit of a surprise edge to it, I suppose. Not that it really matters. So it's going well. The only thing is, there could be a risk that halfway through, the whole format might have to change, because my MacBook, or the fan on my MacBook, has decided to make an absolutely fucking horrendous noise. So yeah, I think I've had that. I think that MacBook outlasted my relationship. But yeah, it's definitely on its last legs. I'm getting performance issues. It's still working, but it's going to have heavy stress on it when I'm editing the 2-all reviews. And yeah, it's just making an absolutely horrible sound sometimes with its fan. And so I'm hoping that it can at least survive my upload schedule. Do you know what I mean? Because there's videos on there, and I don't want them to just go to waste, even though I know you can take the hard drive out and put them in. So looks like I'm going to be getting a new laptop in 2019. Definitely not going back to Apple products ever, because the iPhone, not going back to another iPhone. I've got the Huawei, which I'm still working out the camera, so the quality is still not going to look good. And yeah, I'm not going to be shelling out that much for a MacBook, especially now that they don't have fucking disk drives. I mean, I know we're in, 2018 going on 2019, but why are we taking away fucking disk drives from things like MacBooks? Although, that being said, I've just said that I'd really enjoy having an iMac. But yeah, it's just the price, and I think technology's come to such a point where Apple's actually sort of trailing behind, and it's more of a fucking, like, it's like the Starbucks of the computer companies. I've just realised the radio's on, so my coffee's going to get absolutely hot. So yeah, on the CLICKBAIT Club cup. So yeah, so what I'm going to have to do is now, every second day, there's going to be another regular beer review. So there's going to be loads of beer reviews uploaded in December, which I wanted to avoid because I want to space them out a bit. But yeah, so yeah, loads of content, I suppose. So yeah, I'm really apprehensive the MacBook's going to survive the year. And it's like, I could look into it to fix it. I mean, I could open up, see if there's anything clogging the fan, but it just sounds like it's coming to its end, to be honest. So I'll be looking into it. But my initial reactions, without actually doing any research, dictate to me that it's just coming to an end. So yeah, so I hope you will enjoy the Two Old Christmas series and won't get too annoyed. Got my Beer 52 box coming today as well, so see a live unboxing of that. I did actually have like a month break and I forgot to extend it because yeah, it's December and I shouldn't really be spending much more money on beer, even though I've got the McKellar box coming, and then getting some illicit beers from my good friend Harry at Blue Nose Beer Reviews. Not illicit, they're from Daya, and I can't get Daya here, so buy stuff. I've got to buy fucking Christmas presents. I've got a Christmas party. It's just money, just fucking drains. But again, that's, everyone knows that. But yeah, so Christmas. Yeah. Not gonna lie, not really looking forward to it. I mean, I am looking forward to it because I get to spend it with my family. And, you know, there's going to be good food, there's going to be good times, but there's just... And most people can relate to this after you've been in an intense relationship for such a long time. To basically have no one there in that sort of way, it's just like, ugh. And people are like really overly jolly. It's like, I did not realise I'd become this bitter, to be honest. And I don't like being bitter. I don't like being a grouchy fucking old man. So yeah, it's last year's Christmas, you know, I was a dick last year's Christmas. I was lashing out at people. I called my own grandmother a twat because she was frustrating me. She found it dead funny now, so it's like, okay. So yeah, it's not going to be as bad as last year, but it's just, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, but I still feel like there's something missing. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, speaking of that, I think I've come to the realisation that my ex probably fell out of love with me quite a while ago, to be honest. And I think I'm finally coming to that point where I might be better off. Because I'm definitely in a better place financially, and in terms of a societal way. Yeah, I'm not a leech or a bum, or, you know, I'm actually paving my way and actually doing something. Do you know what I mean? So I think it was a bitter pill to swallow, but I think I'm doing much better. And but again, no ill will. Um, well, she's completely cut me off. We haven't spoke for well over a couple of months now. And yeah, I wish her the best of luck. Still think her current boyfriend's a fuckboy, but do you know what? Fair enough. If he can treat her better than I did, I suppose, and look, actually be a bit more of a provider than I was, then if that's it, that's it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, to have bitter feelings like that just wouldn't do me any good, because I've become bitter anyway, apparently. So yeah, I'm finally coming to that realization that I think there's closure, kind of. But that being said, I don't necessarily. I mean, I still miss her because she was, my best friend, sort of thing. Although, I think if you talk to her now, she feels completely the opposite. But what the fuck am I trying to say? I miss having that, if you get what I mean. And what started off as a social experiment has now become something that I've probably invested myself in way too much, and that's fucking dating apps. And I've come to the conclusion that, yeah, men get the bad reputation of, like, hounding women, sending, like, disgusting messages, which they do, because men are disgusting in that regard. Women can be like that too, by the way. None of this fucking sexist, patriarchal bullshit. The patriarchy is just as strong as the matriarchy. And people are shitty no matter what gender, no matter what race, no matter if they're transitioning, no matter what their political or ethnic backgrounds or social beliefs. People can be shitty. And there's not one group that is like... Well, there are groups who like, disgusting, like bigots and that sort of stuff, who completely different sort of debate. But people can be shitty no matter what. So I'm sick of seeing this bullshit, like pigeonholing of men on the likes of dating apps. Do you know what? At least a guy sending an unsolicited dick pic is a lot more meaningful than some of the shallow experiences I've had, where you'll be getting somewhere, but then it almost becomes like, oh, this woman is now just wanting this weird online platonic relationship. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm actually in the middle of something like that now with a girl fairly local in Ormskirk. And it's just like, why am I still communicating with you? Because it's clear that it's not going to fucking go anywhere. And it's just like, what a waste of my time. Because without bigging myself up too much, it's a fucking privilege to know me personally. Do you know what I mean? It's a privilege that I'm investing myself in you. So, yeah. I can't see that going on for too long. But it's just like, what is it with women wasting men's time on the likes of dating apps? I just don't get it. And then they'll be the first people to complain, oh, there's no one out there. I can't find anyone. And it's like, you've probably got loads of people, loads of gullible men who are thinking, oh, there could be something here, who are being very decent. And, yeah, you're just stringing them along. And it's just like, these places are full of women like that. And I'm not saying that it's just women. I'm sure there are men. Well, there are definitely men who do shit like that as well. But it's like, give me a fucking break. I've got better shit to do with my time than waste it on. Just I don't need this weird online friendship. It's like, I'm not an 80-year-old divorcee who's getting divorced at 80 years old. I'm not like the 80-year-old widower who's looking for another companion to spend the final years of my life with. Do you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. I think fair play. If you're at that age and you've just lost your husband or wife, there's nothing wrong with instantly finding another companion. I think that's absolutely wonderful. What the fuck is your secret, by the way, old man? Yeah, being single for a year now, it is probably the most fucking frustrating thing ever. And I mean, I could look at work, but first of all, I don't think there's anyone who's interested. And secondly, why the fuck would you want to shit where you eat? Although I am very much looking forward to seeing what happens at the Christmas party, because I've heard some pretty fucking horrific stories from previous years, and I just want to see that. I want to see people who I work with like fighting each other. I want to see people I work with go into hotel rooms with each other, consuming copious amounts of alcohol and consuming, apparently, quite a few hardcore drugs. So I'm in for a good time. I never thought I'd be excited about a work Christmas party. Why am I getting dead excited? I don't know. Just, I started off like as this tired, like croaky person, and now I'm animated. Maybe I need to do stuff like this to get me woken up in the day. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, on a serious note, look at that. How have I spilt coffee already? On a serious note, it is starting to bug me and get me down a little bit. But at the same time, I know I can pick myself up. Do you know what I mean? And I think with shit that's going on in this world, and we've just recently had a World Men's Day, where, you know, some shocking statistics that people don't want to talk about. Because weirdly, it seems that a lot of people don't think that these problems exist for men. And I think that's absolutely disgraceful. So that's why I'm very dubious of like movements like Me Too and hearing all of these stories. And yeah, because there are some scummy, disgusting men in, you know, in high places who use their power. But at the same time, there are men out there who are absolutely broken and lost. And some of the statistics, as I said, are absolutely shocking. So, you know, I've got a fucking hell of a lot to be thankful for. So I don't like to get tied and bogged down with that. Don't get me wrong, this time last year, that's all I would have talked about. There's no hope for me. It just doesn't do you any favours, but it's, you know, one person's grief might be easier for someone else to cope with. Do you know what I mean? I've always said that. So when I do see like a friend bitching about something or talking to me about a genuine problem, and it's really getting them down, you know, I wanna be there for someone. Do you know what I mean? And I've had people who've been there for me since day one. And yeah, so that's what I'm thankful for. Coming up to the Christmas months are the people who, again, who have the privilege of knowing me, first of all. But yeah, I'm so thankful for the people who I have in my life, because they've, in their own way, whether they realise it or not, they've pulled me out of some dark places. And like I was saying, if that's what my rock bottom was like, then I know I've got nothing to worry about from here on in. But yeah, although that being said, and what kind of spurred me on to do this video was I woke up crying today because I had a dream about Hotter, my cat. Well, technically my ex's cat, but and I think that's one thing that has genuinely, and people might think I'm overstating the importance of having something like a pet, but, and I was watching, because I watch fucking cat videos all the time. If you see my Facebook feed, it's either quite opinionated political posts or cat videos. And do you know what I really, really fucking miss? And every time I hear it, it cuts through me like a knife. Is the tiny voice of a cat. And it was just like this one little thing triggered this emotional outburst. And yeah, I just really miss having that little thing, that one little thing, and I think that could make all of the difference. But unfortunately, because I've had to move back to the to my family home, it always sounds like you're really overstating it when you say the family home, doesn't it? It's like, that's like what a fucking rich entitled prick would say. We go back to our stately mansion. I'm returning back to my family home. You know, that sort of thing. But what else? What else could I call it? But I know nobody here would ever have a cat, even though it would make a hell of a lot of difference to me as a person and my emotional or mental state. But we might be getting a dog, which I think I need that sort of like, that type of companionship and relationship just as much as, well, not just as much, because having a significant other is probably one of the greatest things that you could ever have, is that one person who can see you at your best, but can also deal with you at your lowest, and also see you at your most, I always forget what that word is. Not sensitive, but not naive. That's not naive isn't. That's not timid. I have to go through my thesaurus, inner thesaurus. Vulnerability. I miss having that one person who I can be 100% vulnerable to, but at the same time, I miss having that sort of companionship and relationship that you have with something like a pet, because I never grew up with pets. We never had any pets, and then when I discovered how wonderful and life affirming it can be to have something as simple as a cat, and I rarely miss that. Do you know what I mean? That's like a big empty hole that needs to be filled, and we might be getting a dog, so that'd be really nice. I mean, yeah, ideally I would like another cat because I fucking love cats, but yeah, and it's amazing how you still get these people who are like, oh, it's only a pet, it's only an animal. Chances are they've never had that experience, and only people who do have a pet, because it does become a member of the family. Do you know what I mean? And I really miss that. So yeah, I woke up crying a little bit because I had a dream about Hotter, and then just so happens that there was a video of a cat who was whenever it was like just a compilation of this cat asleep, but the cat's owner had like a tin of tuna, and every time they popped it open, the cat would like be, you know, and I fucking miss that, man. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm actually really excited about the idea of having a dog. I just hope it's not. I hope I see my family have terrible taste when it comes to dogs. The dogs we've been looking at, and they're like, "Oh, I'd love that dog." It's like, no, I don't want a little rat dog. Who the fuck wants a little rat dog? I want a proper dog. Ideally, I'd either like a chow chow or a husky. A husky would be absolutely wonderful. Because I recently saw two husky puppies in the middle of the street. Not like they were with the owner on a leash. They weren't just rabid huskies in Skelmersdale. Imagine that. That'd be. I'd love Skelmersdale if that was the case. But to see these two little puppies wrestling in the middle of the street in Skelmersdale, it really put a skip in my step. And it's crazy. I never thought I'd ever get this attached to an animal. But there's like this void that needs to be filled. And yeah, but I just hope we don't get one of these like little... Because my cousin's got... I mean, the dogs are cute, don't get me wrong. Either I'd find it cute anyway. I'd become overly attached no matter what the breed. But my cousins have like these little... Like, anything that's crossed with Chihuahua, it's like... But they've got a couple of these dogs, and they are really cute. But at the same time, I don't want a fucking handbag dog. Do you know what I mean? I want a proper dog, but hopefully we can get a nice one. But my opinion will fall on deaf ears because it'll be mob rule, and but yeah, it's I'm gonna really enjoy it anyway. But yeah, so what the fuck was that video? I don't know. I just felt like I needed to talk and talk about, you know, that there might be some issues in December with my videos because of the MacBook issue. So yeah, nearly dribbled then. Just a little bit of a chit chat while I was drinking my coffee. It's going to take absolutely ages to upload this video, but oh well. And I can play Red Dead while I'm doing it. I fucking love Red Dead Redemption. Not started online yet. I'm not going to touch online because I've not even completed the story because I'm just driving, just going around doing cowboy things, living the cowboy lifestyle. I got knocked off a fucking mountain by a goat. I was like at the edge of a cliff because I was like doing the herbalist challenge or something like that. And you know, you could sometimes get like randomly attacked by an animal and it like scurries off. So on the edge of this fucking cliff, get hit by a goat. So I slip and I thought, oh, it's okay. It's not too much of a severe drop. I'll be able to like, you know, pull myself up. No, I fucking slid down, fell, and fucking got killed because a fucking bastard goat came up behind me and twatted me up the arse. And it's like, for that being said, I love Red Dead Redemption for that because you get some really random fucking things happening, and I think they've created such a really immersive and interesting world and random encounters. So yeah, Red Dead Redemption, I'm really loving that. So I think I'll play that while I upload this. And yeah, probably went a bit too much TMI, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? Why bottle it in? I mean, you know, what I've said, not exactly the most mentally stressful stuff that I've had to deal with, but I feel so much better for getting it out there, do you know what I mean? And I'm so thankful that, well, we've got Article 32 coming in, so it's probably bye-bye to my YouTube channel when that goes through, because God knows how that's going to affect me. But yeah, it's good to have a YouTube channel because you can just put stuff out there for people to listen to, react to, engage to, relate to. And that's why I do this, because there are people who go through much more than me, who can feel better about their, you know. And if it helps someone, then that's a wonderful thing. But yeah, so Christmas, it's not going to be as bad as I thought it would be. But yeah, this just, we're getting there. We're getting there. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna upload this video now. There might be a Beer 52 unboxing today as well. If it comes before I go to work, of course. And yeah, so yeah, I hope you do enjoy the 2-0 series that I'm doing. I'm having fun doing it. Getting to drink some really wonderful beer, and if you don't enjoy it, then that's I know where I stand with you people. So anyway, yeah, appreciate the support, and thank you for sitting through this video. And yeah, what was I saying about my hair going flat and round? Do you see what I mean? Anyway, see you guys later, and you all take care. Well, I hate this little patch of hair because it looks like dirt or something. Anyway, I'm gonna stop now because I've taken up way too much of your time. See you guys later.